Hello, and welcome to the Online Synchronous version of Life Sciences 11. I wanted to quickly open up this course, and in doing so, I wanted to make a little intro video so that you can learn about the course, how it's going to work, how it's going to run, and how I can help you move through it. I'm really excited about the Online Synchronous version. I've taught the online course this past year, so I copied and pasted it into the synchronous version, and I think it's going to be great. As you can hear in the background, I've got kids in the house. They're going crazy. I've got 4 little kiddos. One of them was just born recently. I've got a new daughter, Eliza. I'm sure that over the course of the year, you'll be able to meet all my family during our meetings. So that's what I want to start off with. Our meetings are on Mondays, 2 to 3. And this is the Zoom link that you can click on in order to join the meeting. So it's really simple. You literally just click this. I don't think you even need a Zoom account, but if you have a Zoom account, it definitely helps. And then if you have a Zoom account through you or your parents, then you're able to add me as a contact at a.kuchma@onlineschool.ca. So the Zoom link, I just want to let you know, please do not click it until Mondays during our time. Because if you click it just at random times throughout the week, I might be in a meeting with someone and then you pop in and I have to kick you out and it's gonna be awkward. But anyway, if you just pop in during our scheduled times, it'll be great. You can also contact me if you want additional help outside of those hours. And those office hours are going to be Mondays in the morning, and then Tuesdays and Fridays kind of later in the afternoon, and then Thursdays earlier in the afternoon. And you can just message me during those times, and I'll let you know that like where you are in my lineup, and I'll call you as soon as I'm free, and I can help you with whatever you're working on in the course. I have some policies and procedures. This is copied from my other course. I'm not sure how much of it is all relevant. I'd say just read through this just in case. That's going to be your first piece of homework. You can ask me if there's anything in there that you're curious about. And then our introductory Zoom meeting is going to be completed next Monday during our first session on September 21st. So this will get checked off. And once you attend the first meeting, then I will be able to give you full access to the course. Additional homework is I'm going to want you to watch some videos about PDFs. So I made these 2 little videos here. I know this video is going to be a little bit long, but these videos are only like 2 minutes each, so it shouldn't take that long to go through them. So that's another piece of your homework. And then, so the Life Sciences 11 curriculum, you can take a look at the course page. I want to quickly mention this. There are only 3 big ideas about this or for this course, and one of them, so like a third of this course, is all about evolution and how it occurs at the population level, which is something that I don't personally believe. And we're going to be tackling this course from a Christian worldview and from a biblical worldview. So I want to just let you know that one of the things as we go through the course is going to be talking about, macroevolution, speciation, all these types of things. And though I still have to teach the content that the BC ministry has set aside, because we are a Christian school, I get to teach our take on it, which is great. I just want to let you know about that, students and parents. I have not made the videos for this course. I've used 3 separate YouTube series. The first one being Crash Course Biology. I only have a few of their videos, but the very first one is theirs. But the 2 main ones are Mr. Anderson and Amoeba Sisters. So Mr. Anderson is awesome. He's an award-winning science teacher in the States, and I really like his content. And then the Amoeba Sisters have the most amazing animation. They just don't have, like, they're still making videos. They're making videos, every week, every month. So they don't quite have enough videos to do the whole course. But I really like the videos they do have, so I try to use them whenever possible. So you'll be watching their videos to learn the content, and then I'll be helping getting it across. So you can read through this introduction of how the course is going to take place. But essentially, I'm going to talk about that throughout this video. So you can read through this afterwards, but know that it's going to be in this video. And then another piece of information that you guys can take a look at is Mr. Kuchma's Intro to Life Sciences. So this is a video that I made that goes over, some of the content about Life Sciences 11 and, kind of what I believe and those types of things. So if you want, you can take a look at that. But again, in our first video session next week on Zoom, I'll be trying to go over this so that you hear my heart about the course and chat about that. So I want to talk about what we'll be doing. You're going to be watching lessons and taking notes. And then after you watch the lesson and you've taken notes, there's going to be an assignment that you complete. And after you complete that assignment, there's going to be a test. That is how each chapter functions. So there are 5 chapters, one on taxonomy, one on evolution, one on microbiology, one on macrobiology, and one on biological processes. And then at the end of those 5, so after each of these chapters, there's also an activity. So the very first one is a field trip, which we'll talk about. There's one that's a lab where you're going to be growing bacteria. One of them is a lab and you're going to be doing biodiversity plots. Another one is you're going to be learning about scientific citations and how to do APA citations. If you ever go to college or university, you need to know how to do that. And then you're also going to have a big inquiry project at the end of the course. So 5 chapters, 5 activities. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not going to go into the 5 activities because they all have intro videos and instructions and things like that. So if you want to go and check them out, you can. But we're going to be talking about those much more in detail as we get to those parts in the course in our Zoom meetings. So I want to scroll up and take a look at a chapter. So you can choose to do your notes online through a Word document or on paper through a PDF. Or you can take them yourself on a piece of lined paper if you're old-fashioned. You can do your notes any which way you like. The only thing that you have to be aware of is how they are graded. So if I go to the hand-in box, you're going to see that I grade notes on a scale of 10. 4 marks, are for completing the notes thoroughly as you watch the videos. So as you're watching the videos, you're taking notes on things that you think is important. You get 3 marks for including visual content. This is important because visual content is going to be testable. So pictures, diagrams, things that you see in the videos that are important, those are the things that I want you to be taking note of in your notes. And each chapter has a vocabulary, and you have to list and define them all. So if you do all of these things, you get 10 out of 10. These are designed to be free marks. I hope that you can get 100% for every chapter that you do. So if I go back, I'm going to show you what a section of notes looks like. So at the very top, you put your name and the date. You have all of the vocab listed here. These are the ones they have to listen, define. And then you've got space to make notes. So you can choose to do this how you wish. If you want to print these off, you can. If you want to work on online, you can do that as well. And then you watch the videos. So the very first one, introduction. This is a crash course one. He's pretty interesting. He's very excited about biology, probably as excited as I'm about biology. So you can take a look through that. And then if you go to the next one, there's one on phylogenetics. This is a Mr. Anderson video. After that, I don't think I have any amoeba sisters in the first chapter. Oh no, we do. So you get all 3 of them in the first chapter. So the amoeba sisters has one on classification, and you watch this one. So once you've watched all the lessons and you've completed your notes, then you complete the assignment. Now, chapter 1 also has this taxonomy challenge, which I'm not going to go into right now. I want to leave that for our first meeting. So your challenge is just to, or your homework is going to be just to print off your notes and to complete the first lesson. And then we'll be doing the taxonomy challenge together, and I'll be talking about it. So if you can, don't sneak ahead yet. But once you finish the chapter, there's an assignment. And again, you have the option of printing this out and completing it, scanning it in, or by doing it online. So if you take a look at this, each one is split up into 2 sections. There's a part 1 where you're able to use your notes and outside resources to help you answer these questions. And then there's a part 2 where you need to test your memory and not use any outside help. So these are completed at the end of each chapter for me to see if you're ready to do the test. You cannot move on to the test until you've completed your lessons and your notes, and you've completed your assignment, and you've marked it as it's been marked as complete. And the important thing about the assignment is that I am trying to gauge what grade you're aiming to get in the course. If you are aiming to get an A in this course, I want to see that you're getting an A on the assignment. If you're like, Mr. Kuchma, I just need this course to graduate, I need 50%, then I'm going to mark you very differently. So it's very important. I will be marking you based on your achievement goal, not on a different scale. So if you're trying to get 50% and you get 50% on the assignment, I'm happy, good to go. Do your best on the test, try to get that 50% as well. The assignments are pass or fail until you pass. So you do have the option to resubmit these if you don't do that well your first time around. Okay, so that is an assignment, and then the test is done after that. As you can see, it's restricted that you cannot complete it until your introductory Zoom meeting is complete, which will be our first session next week, and the assignment is marked complete. So once those are done, then you can do the chapter test. The chapter test has a bunch of different questions. They are multiple choice, true and false, short answer, long answer. And as you go further, some chapters, like chapter 2 and chapter 5, they have 2 sections. They have an online section, and they actually also have a written section. But we'll talk about that once we get to that stage of the course. I want to show you how to submit your work as well. So if I choose just the assignment first, for instance, when you've completed it, you need to submit it so that I can mark it. So you click Add Submission, and then you have the ability to drag and drop a file. So you can just drag and drop a file. Here's the HCO's vision statement. This is not my assignment. You can take a look. This is just from our course page. But if you do submit something, then you can hit Save Changes, and now I get the notification that you've submitted something for grading. And now when that happens, I can go in and grade that. So if you do see that, this green, that means good, Mr. Kuchma is going to see this, and you can edit submission or remove your submission if anything happens accidental. Once you go back to, let's see if I can text on me. Once that's completed, then you're good to go. And on this little sidebar are all of these little boxes that you can check. So as you complete certain things, you can check them off yourself. Once you complete the Zoom meeting next week, I'll mark it. You'll get a check mark. Some things you can't mark. I have to mark them as complete myself. If you've watched this, you can check it off, and so on and so forth. So you can check things off on your list as you do things, and then once you submit your notes, then I'll mark them, and then you get a check mark once I mark them. So, this is a quick guide to the course. We're going to be talking really soon next Monday about everything, and I'll be able to answer your questions and get us started. Like I said, your homework, if I go back to the top, well, your first homework is definitely to watch this video. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. But hopefully you can watch this video with your parents so that you and your parents are both on the same page. You can read through the policies and procedures. That's another piece of homework. You can take a look, number 1, at the PDFs. So watch these 2 videos on PDFs in case you want to use Cam Scanner or in case you ever need to compress a PDF. And then you can read through the introduction, watch Mr. Kuchma's Intro to Life Sciences 11, which I'll also be talking about more in our call again, and then print off your notes or download them, however you choose to do that, and then take a look at this first lesson, and then we'll be meeting next Monday to get things ramped up from there. So I'm excited to be your teacher. I really look forward to getting to teach you this school year, and this is definitely a subject that I'm very passionate about. I went to university and got a biology degree, which you're going to learn about next week, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great day and week. Take care.